Hello, hello. Happy Thursday to you. Welcome to Divine Insights. Um, this is a just a spiritual gathering where we pull intuitive cards and I give intuitive readings. Thank you all for being here tonight. It has been a very interesting week, I'll say the least, but it's been a good week in many ways, and it has been a challenging week in some ways too. But anyway, for those of you that are new to intuition, um, intuition is all about connecting to the divine and flowing divine energy through our minds, through our consciousness, and just connecting and listening. I think it's the listening that's the hardest. I mean, often I'm sure all of us have intuitive hunches sometimes, and those of us that are on the spiritual path maybe get to listen or be able to get to hear the messages maybe a little more clearly. Um, but it's the listening and taking action on those messages that can be the hardest. And so, I the last couple of years or a couple of years ago, I decided that I would make every decision by intuition alone. And so, it's been quite the journey. I am using a new camera tonight, so I'm not sure how clear I'm coming in. I'm going to remove the little plastic thing on the front. I don't know if that's any better. So it is a new camera, so it's a little less grainy, I see. So that's kind of cool. And so this event is put on by the Unity of Unity of Gulfport. So all donations go to Unity of Gulfport. There are two ways. Hello, please let me know who is showing up because I can't see. If you're on Facebook, sometimes I can't tell who's typing. So if you can put your name first, please let me know. I'd love to address you by name. And so there are two ways to donate online to the Unity of Gulfport. One is PayPal at unityofgulfport@gmail.com. And then the other one is Venmo. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Do I know you in person? Is this guitar player Lynn? Or is this Nikki's friend Lynn? Which Lynn? Is it? Do I know you in person? And then Venmo is at Unity of Gulfport. So welcome, Lynn. Nice to have you here. Hi, Eileen. Welcome. I've been thinking about you. We should grab coffee or tea. So yes, which one? Which Lynn? Which Lynn is it? So I'm happy to if either one is here. Guitar, yay! So I have been wanting to write songs again. I don't know if you write your own songs, Lynn, but all of a sudden my consciousness is all about like picking up my guitar and feeling out the song that's in front of me. I don't know. So yes, I would love that, Eileen, or breakfast or whatever it is. And so I was so inspired when Lynn played at the Unity of Gulfport months and months ago that I picked up my guitar again and I bought a digital piano. And so I've been all into the music lately. But let's see. Yay! Thank you for this is a Logitech. I'm not sure if it's I feel like one side of my face is darker, but it is a Logitech 920, and there's a 922. So I don't know if that's a little bit better with the evening out. I feel like half of my face is dark, but thank you, Dee. This is a new camera, so thank you. I appreciate that. I may upgrade because I think it's a little. It warned that this version of that camera and low light, it would pick up the differences, and I see that. So, so Lynn, I would like to give you a reading first because, oh, thank you, Eileen. I appreciate that. But thank you, Dee, for that feedback. So if you'd like a card, Lynn, you go first because I somehow always miss Lynn when she comes to my intuitive live. And so there are several card decks that I have tonight. I have so many decks. I love them and I keep buying them because I love them. So the first, I'll just show some of the ones I have here. I don't have my normal ones because they're in my car. I'm not sure. I forgot. Oh, because I did some intuitive card pulls for the Metaphysical Society in Sun City. So here are the decks I have tonight. We have Archangel Gabriel. We have Keepers of the Light. We have, this is my newest deck, Visions of the Soul. And I have an interesting story about this deck, actually. I'll tell it in a second. This is my oldest deck that still stayed with me for 10 years. So I've had this for 10 years. I have a Moonology deck. I have a Romance deck. And I have a Fairy deck. This is the small version of this deck. I like the one that's a little bigger, but they actually, her decks are out of print, so they're hard to get sometimes. I have a native spirit deck, and I have an angel therapy deck. So, Lynn, if you would like, yay! I'm not sure who said that, but yay! Thank you, Eileen. I appreciate the compliment. I got into the ocean today. Between patients, I ran down and I got in the ocean and I got the sun on me. My intuitive messages for myself are so crystal clear when I'm in the ocean. So if I'm fuzzy about anything, I get in the ocean and I lay there and I meditate in the waves. And I can always hear really clear. I get the visions of the different things I'm supposed to. Okay, so is this Lynn? Let me see if I can see. Sorry about that. I'm awfully clumsy sometimes. Let's see. Let me see if I can see them on this. Sometimes I can, if it's going, the intuitive live is going on. Okay, I see myself. Sometimes I can see. Okay, so I can see the names on. I can see the names better if I'm on the actual on this. So let me 1 second. Let me see if I can share this to my page. Hey, let's see. All right. I'm still learning all the technology stuff. I appreciate everyone being here. Let's see. All right, so I can see people's names. Let's see, 1 second. Why isn't it showing? There's like a glitch. Okay. Laura, hello, welcome, Laura. I see D, I see Lynn, Archangel Michael. I don't have that deck. You know what? I think I lost Archangel Gabriel, Lynn. I think that was the one that I mentioned. That's a great deck for creativity, so that makes sense that you would be drawn to that. Yeah, there is an Archangel Michael deck. Somehow I lost the cards to that deck a long time ago, but I'll look at buying another deck because I always look for reasons to buy another deck. Because I use these decks. Some of them are beat up because I use them all the time. And I have a nightly ritual where, hello, Kimberly, welcome. And so, let's see. All right, Gabrielle. All right, Lynn. So these are the front of these cards. These are a little bit old school. This is an older deck, but it has this image on the front. It's really pretty. And so I love these cards because they talk a lot about like the creative process and also like all about like creative, like moving forward and business projects and stuff. So that makes sense you'd be drawn. So how my gift works is that my gift usually, there are 3 ways my gift kind of comes to me the most. I see like images on the front of like a mini movie screen on the front part of my brain, or I'll hear like little clips of words or little phrases. That's usually the most common. And then the other way that the knowing, the intuitive knowing will come is just like a gut instinct. I'll feel it, or I can feel it on my body, the pressing. Sometimes I'll feel people's hearts press, and that means that it's heavy or certain emotions. But anyway, and so when I'm doing cards, I see the number or I'll hear the number. And so I'm seeing a 1. I see a 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I see an 18, a 19, and 21. 21 is your power card. I'll explain that in a second. All right, so your power card is going to be the most important kind of pull of the deck, or pull of it's like the most important message of the 5 cards. So normally I usually pull between 3 to 5. Ooh, you got the Mother Mary card. Okay, hold on a second. I have a very sacred relationship with Mother Mary for many reasons, because my mom was very sick growing up, and so that was my very sacred spiritual entity. So you got the Mother Mary card. It says the Blessed Mother is helping you with your divine life purpose. I know for me, I wasn't, my mom really couldn't be close to my heart. So my connection to Mother Mary was very, very strong. And so I feel like you have this big, beautiful heart. So whenever your heart is extra sad or maybe a little lonely, to really call on this spiritual entity, because I feel like you do have a strong connection to her. Yes, Kimberly, you could have a reading. You're a couple behind you. A couple people are before you, and so yeah, like that you can call her in. So I don't know if you have a connection to her or if you like her at all, but I know I have little Virgin mothers all around the house in different ways. And for me, especially because my mom wasn't really there, it was a really an important sacred connection I had, especially walking into Catholic churches and seeing the statues and stuff. But yeah, I feel that you can actually call on her as a sacred helper too. So know that she's kind of there as an extra angel for you. That's how I feel. Hold on one second. Retreat. When I touch this card, the message I get is that it might be good for you, just maybe even if just for a few days or maybe a couple weeks, to just honor your alone time and just or your introvert time and just allow your heart to feel. And I feel like you're a little bit vulnerable right now, and just honor that. I'm in a similar type space, and so I'm really allowing myself to really just honor the vulnerability. So I'm really like into my, my introvert time with my cat and my guitar and just, but I feel like you're extra sensitive right now in some ways, and just to honor that, like really tap in and honor that sensitivity. I don't feel you're going to be in that space for very long, but that during those spaces of high sensitivity, they can be extremely creative times. That's what I'm finding is that I know for me, when I'm in this healing phase, of just healing my heart from just some great losses over the last couple of months, especially, but around love and around just loss and the grieving period. But just, but that, that self healing time and that retreat time is so essential for honoring our hearts and making us strong in the end. And so they're emphasizing like strong, like, so if you just feel just the need to just for some downtime alone or just some introvert time, take it, honor it. Don't feel like you have to be productive, even though I feel like you'll be drawn to be more creative during that time. This next card for you, Lynn, is a deserving card. It's just a reminder that you are so deserving. You are so worthy of real love, honoring love, healthy love. I don't know if does this camera pick up the words? It says, you, like all of God's children, deserve happiness, health, and love. And so just a reminder that you are deserving. I know for me, I went through a lot of trauma as a kid, and so that messes up my concept of worthiness at times. So I have to do a lot of work on that. But yeah, that you are very deserving, and to remember that. Hi, Billy. You're, I think, like fourth down. So let me see if I can see. Because I can see your comments, Lynn. Okay, so let me go back to the comments so I can interact with you better. Oh, that's awesome that your mom visits all the time. That's wonderful. Yeah, I feel that the mother connection is very important to you, especially, but to your heart. So I feel that your mother's actually really close to you, like almost she visits, but I think more than you maybe even realize. I feel like she loves you deeply. I can feel that like great love in her heart. But there's I was thinking about this the other day because my grandmother is always right near me, and so. Hi, Eileen. I just saw your request. I think you're like third or fourth down, but I'll definitely get to you. So when it comes to just having a sacred person close to us, I feel like when people pass, there's like one person, or we're like almost assigned a special guardian angel with the people that have passed. And for me, it was my grandmother. Like she's constantly right next to me. I can hear her often, in so many different ways. And so I feel your mother is that person for you, Lynn. So I feel she's near you. That all you have to do is almost call her and she'll come. And so know that you can also have access. She's like an extra angel too. So call on her for help more, if that makes sense. And so let's see what else. What we got else here. Vision board. So when I touch this card for you, this is all about you just getting clear on what you create. You're very gifted in many different ways, I feel. Not just music, but many, many ways. And so this is just a reminder, just get clear on what you want to create. And I'm terrible at getting clear when it comes. I always have like 5 projects going on at one time. And I have to like list out the to-do steps because I'm so abstract random in my thinking that I'll start with one and then I'll pop over the next project. And I feel you have a great creative ability and great manifesting power. So it just really is you just deciding what it is you want to create, and then you'll be able to execute that. And so just get clear, just maybe spend some time and write it out. I journal a lot about what I want to create. And so the last one here is oh, awesome. I'm so glad that you do call on her. That's wonderful. Hi, Carrie. Welcome. You're about 4 or 5 down. So I see you, but it may be a little bit before I get to you. This is Writers Group. But when I touch this for you, Lynn, the message around it is basically they're just reminding you to call in your creative friends. That, that's what I'm noticing now, because I've been working on a few projects. One is my book and my supplement line and a couple other things and my retreats. And it can be a little lonely sometimes if you're not in that like zone, that creative zone. And so they're just wanting to remind you to call in your creative people, even if you're hanging out next to each other doing creative stuff, to call in your creative posse, if that makes sense. And so they're just reminding you to surround yourself with those types of souls, because the creative process, even though it's magical and divine and a lot of other things, it can get a little lonely if you're like in it too long. And so there's that balance there. So they're just reminding you to connect to people like you, with hearts like you, and that are creatives as well. And that was your power card. So that means that's extra important somehow, because I know you're brilliantly creative. And I look forward to coming out and hearing you sing and play. I'm trying to songwrite more. So I know that there are tiny little variations of the chords that you can bring in. Like I know, like you can add a pinky to the D to make it sound different, and you can add a pinky to the G, things like that. And so I would love to hear your feedback sometime on how you make chords sound fancy when you're doing songwriting stuff. So anyway, I hope that's helpful. Thank you so much. Yeah, I would totally love that. I would totally love that, Lynn, to get together and jam. I haven't done that in years. I kind of picked up my guitar again, and I was going through heartbreak stuff. I forgot I loved it. And so I've been doing a lot more with it. And so I've been now this last week, I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm needing to songwrite to access more of my heart, if that makes sense. So yeah, I would love to do that. Wonderful. Oh, you're so welcome. Let me see. I know I went a little long, but I wanted to make sure I gave you a great a full reading, because I know you've been here like twice and somehow I missed you. Let's see, 1 second. Yes, let's absolutely do it. So I will. My phone number, I don't know if you have any, if you have paper, Lynn, is 813-503-2687. So feel free to text me, call me, or I'll send it to you on Facebook Messenger too. All right, let's see who is next. Laura, are you still here? Laura, Mo, I'm gonna go in the list of who asked for a card first. You asked for Visions of the Soul. Okay, so Laura M, are you still here? All right, so Laura M, are you still? Yes. Okay, great. Okay, so this deck, actually, this is my newest deck that I just bought, and I was struggling with naming my supplement company, and I was really struggling with it. And I went to this metaphysical shop, and a couple of days before that, I was like, all right, universe, I'm tired of thinking of this name for my supplement company. I'm going to surrender it, because you can't do anything without the name, because you can't design labels. You can't do anything without the name, right? And I was so frustrated because nothing felt right. And so I went to this deck, and I'm not going to tell you the name, but I pulled the card, and at the top of the card was the name. I knew it was the name of the company. It was like the coolest thing, because I was guided to buy this deck at the metaphysical shop, which I would have never bought this deck had I looked at it. So I thought that was kind of cool. But anyway, all right, Laura. So this is the deck. This is Visions of the Soul, meditation and portal cards. I haven't done much with this portal concept. I had an experience listening to a shamanic drumming that was very expansive and almost like journeying like. So I think I can do it. I just haven't done it yet, like fully. All right, Laura, ready? I see a 1. I see an 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I see a 16, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Let's see. I like a picture on the front too. He's like all like out in the ethereal or something. The chakras going. I've been buying a lot more stones lately. And when I muscle test people and their chakras are off, I'm drawn to the stone. And when you put the stone near the chakra, it'll actually strengthen. So I lay the stones a lot in people's bodies. Okay. All right, infinity. This is just a reminder just how powerful you are. Don't forget, infinity is all about expansion and foreverness, right? Like infinity is like the idea of forever. Like we go on forever. Would that be with our bodies, without our bodies? I have let me check. I can't. Let me see if I can pick up. Let's see. 1 second. I have a hard time with names too. So I was a teacher once, and all my kids were honey because I couldn't remember them. But yes, infinity is all about this expansion of we are timeless. And just remember what a powerful spiritual entity you are. So when you're stuck, whether that be in your mind or in your heart, around heart-related stuff or whatever it might be, just call on your spiritual allies. You know, we've all traveled here so many times before, and we have so many spiritual allies just kind of waiting to help us. We just got to ask. Okay, the next one is solar plexus. I have been totally feeling some sensations of my solar plexus lately. So they're just reminding you to maybe nurture that area of your chakras. That's the 3rd chakra. It's right above the navel. And that's all about connection to the self. So however you connect to the self a little bit more, I would do more of that. And so there's meditations. I have some on my playlist under Dr. Debbie Roche DC on YouTube. There's some great vibrational meditations. One is for the solar plexus. Also, yellow is helpful. Regeneration. I feel this is about rebuilding the self. Know that we all have the ability to just reinvent ourselves and to figure out who we are at the next phase of our journey. I'm kind of in that process a little bit now, just redefining my work and my expression of my work and healing work and all of that. But we are always regenerating in some ways, coming back to life in new ways as we learn new lessons and figure out our stuff and heal and figure out what we love to do. It's all a journey. And so this is just reminding you that you're capable of healing and regenerating, but into a new self at any time. All we got to do is choose. It's just a matter of choosing. Journey to the cosmos of the soul. Wow, that's a powerful statement, right? Look at that card with all the different. These cards are very metaphysically artistic. You have all these very unique, geometric and spiritual layers and things. And so, hi, Rebecca, welcome. Nice to have you here. So yeah, so know that call on your spiritual allies more. I feel like you have so many, but you're not utilizing them. Ooh, this is a great card. It says, this is a great term too. The divine rising. What a great, that's like the phoenix, right? So they're just reminding you that when, I'm a big believer in doing the healing work. It's usually not fun though. And I'm in that phase right now. I'm taking a year to really work on my entire life and myself and my vibration. And it's never when you're doing it right, it's often not fun because we got to feel, we have to release. Yes, they're so beautiful. But the divine rising, just remember, you're like the phoenix. So just remember that. You have a very strong spiritual strength. And so as you're healing, know that if there are times when you're just in the muck, know you're going to step up and rise and embrace the divine. And your spiritual helpers are going to help you. So know you have the ability of pulling in divine energy up into your core and stepping up into your life and your consciousness and all kinds of divine action, all of that. You can step up and be. That's what that message is about. So I hope that's helpful. Laura, welcome here. I'm here every Thursday at 7:30. So let me see if I can. Let's see. So let me see who is next. So Laura, I hope that is helpful. Can't see. You can see it better here. All right. So good luck with all of the awesome healing work and realignment. I don't think we talk about it enough in our culture. Just when we're healing and we're really facing our stuff and bettering ourselves, just how much courage that takes sometimes to really do it right. So awesome job stepping up into you. Okay, so let's see who's next. Okay, so I did Laura. Who is this? I think that was Lynn. Yes to the ocean. Yeah, ocean is awesome. And who is next? Okay, Kimberly R. Are you here? Are you still on? Please just say here if you're here. Kimberly R. Because you are next. And I think then after you, I believe, is Eileen. Oh no, it's Billy, then Eileen. Okay. Is Billy here? And okay, great, Kimberly. Okay. So if anybody feels guided, you can make a donation online for the Unity of Gulfport, and that's at PayPal, Unity of Gulfport at Gmail, or at Venmo, which is at Unity of Gulfport. Okay. So do you have a deck that you would like, Kimberly, that you've seen so far? We have Native Spirit, we have Angel Therapy, we have Fairy Deck, we have Keepers of the Light, we have Moonology. All right, Billy, awesome. You'll be next. Kimberly, do you have any other? We have Archangel Oracle cards. We have Romance cards. We have the Fairy Deck, and we have Visions of the Soul and Archangel Gabriel. Moon, please. All right. I can feel myself getting hungry. I have a dear friend named Jeremy, who's like my intuitive brother coming. We used to be in the same intuitive development class years ago, Reverend Reika Stanzik. And I'm so excited to see him. He's done all kinds of cool stuff with his intuitive gift. So I'm excited. I wonder where we're going to go for dinner, but it's always great to see him and connect. All right, Moonology. Kimberly. These are by Hay House. I didn't know that Hay House made decks, but I guess they do. All right, Kimberly, let's see. I wonder if my old kitty is going to come visit. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 18. All right. I like these cards because they have all the phases. I thought that's kind of cool. All right, first one. The end of a tough cycle approaches. All right, so if you're in it, know that you're going to be out of it soon. I am so glad that Mercury retrograde is over. Oh my gosh. The beginning I was like, oh, it's not going to affect me much. I was wrong. It's been an emotional couple months. Oh, this is a great card. Okay. So this one is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So like if you're in it, know that it's not going to be that long and you're going to transition to a better, more joyful place, or just an emotionally more centered place where you feel more grounded. This card's a great card. Prosperity lies ahead. I feel like there are some money-making ideas that are kind of going to come to you, and know that they're good. Like know to act on them. And so oftentimes it's our emotional clutter inside of us that can block our money-making ideas. And so I've been spending a lot of time in my own life and business clearing my emotions and understanding them and journaling and really doing some housekeeping in that area. And my ideas have gotten a lot better in that area. So, but know that the energy of prosperity is around you. I feel it's more money than other things. And also I feel it's like really quality and fun friendships. Those are the two areas, money and friendship, that are going to increase around you. Next one, communication is key. This is within your interpersonal relationships. So know that how you deliver the information is important. Like just be extra aware of your wording and your tone. And they're saying I feel like you have a really, really beautiful, sensitive heart. Like you have a beautiful heart, but that like the people around you just might be hurting inside, and just be extra, still voice how you feel and be authentic and all of that, but almost just they're just saying be extra aware of your wording when you communicate. I don't know why that's important, but I heard that intuitively. Last one, it says, you and your loved ones are safe. And so I don't know what your history is like, but I know for me, I often don't feel safe because of some past trauma stuff. And so this is like, if you have any of that, they're almost like, I don't know if you ever do EFT tapping, but something about that affirmation, I am safe. My people that I love are safe. Something about that is important. And they're showing me the image of tapping. So if you don't know about EFT tapping, there are some great images on Google to do that. So you are very safe. It's great. All great cards. So Kimberly, I hope that is helpful to you as I drop everything. All right, Billy. What deck would you like, Billy? Billy Joe. What deck would you like? Oh, you're very welcome. I hope that was helpful, my dear. All right, Billy, are you here? Are you here, Billy? Billy Joe? All right, just pick one. Okay. Or just pick one. Okay. I feel it's angel therapy cards. I always love these cards because the image of the Reiki off of the hands, and I always like the front of these cards. I used to know somebody that had hands like this, and we're not really in. It was one of my exes actually. She had hands like I could feel the Reiki off of her hands was that intense. I don't know if she's doing Reiki anymore, but these cards always make me think of her. All right, so I love the image though. I always like whenever I'm hurting, whether it be my heart or whatever it is, I always picture the angels shining their Reiki into my heart. And sometimes I'll put my hand over my own heart if I'm hurting. Okay, so that's real quick. I see a 1, I see a 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I used to pull a lot from this deck when I was in chiropractic school. Let's see. That's what this deck always reminds me of that time period too. Okay. It's a great card. It shows Archangel Michael. It says, call upon Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you. The title is Vacuum Away Fear. So it's saying, call in Archangel Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, this situation, everyone involved. So if you're getting a little into worry, know that you can just call on these archangels and they'll come and they'll help you clear it. My brain can be a little bit fear-based, so I have to work on this too. But they're just saying if you're having some fearful thoughts, be extra aware of them and just work on clearing them. You can even call on other angels, whatever method works best. Sometimes as soon as I think of a fearful thought, I will do my best to shift away from it. Because according to Abraham Hicks, which is an awesome spiritual teacher, if you don't know about them on YouTube or their books, we have 17 seconds to shift a thought before it becomes part of our vibrational field, meaning before it can like stay with us and mess with us longer. And for me, I have like a 5-second rule or a 3-second rule. So as soon as that fearful thought comes, then just try to shift it. This one's emphasizing your ear chakras, and this is all about hearing messages. So I feel you have this gift if you're aware of it or not, and that to pay extra attention to anything, to words or phrases that might not be coming from your brain, but maybe a spirit guide or an angel. It says, notice messages that appear as sounds, music, words, or other from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers. So our spirit guides and angels answer our prayers in many different ways. And so I know for me, I certainly have received answers intuitively when I've most wanted answers. And so pay attention to anything that is, that is not your thoughts. I feel you have this gift, whether you know it or not. Vegetarian and vegan foods are just reminding you that your body is needing more high vibration foods. Fresh organic fruits and vegetables give you a boost of high life force energy, which elevates your spiritual frequency. I've really, for the last decade or so, I've been really, really focused on this, that high vibration produce in our bodies helps our raise our vibrational frequency. And so actually I wrote a lot of, I wrote about this several times in my book. I wrote a book called The Joy Matrix. And so it's all about high vibration, metaphysical living, like vibrational tools and healing and art healing and trauma, healing from trauma. Let's see. The last one, this is your power card. So this is extra, extra important, Billy Joe. It says, clear yourself. And what it basically, okay, so it says, ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Some people have auric fields that like pick up energetic debris. And so you're one of these people, I feel. And so getting into like the crystals and you see faces. Okay. Then ask what they mean then. That's awesome that you're able to and then they go away. Okay. That's maybe just how it starts. Your intuitive gifts start in many different ways, but ask what those faces mean. That's how I would start. I would just ask, like, what do the faces mean? And then just go or journal it out. Because I know for me, my intuitive gift, I first showed up in my journaling. But just be extra aware of your environments, of people close to your heart, of maybe even toxins in your body. Clear anything that's lower vibration from your heart. And they're extra emphasizing like people that are not good for your heart. Get away from people that make your heart sad or make it heavy. That's what I'm getting intuitively. So just be extra conscientious of energetic debris around you or spaces when you walk into them that they don't feel good on your heart. So I hope that's Billy Joe. Welcome. I'm here every Thursday at 7:30. Eileen, are you still here? Hello, Eileen, are you still here? I know it's been a little while. Are you here? She may have jumped off. I'll have to go. Yay! All right, Eileen. I was hoping you were still here. Okay. Let's see. Visions of the Soul it's a very unique deck. I haven't done enough meditation to travel, like do the etheric traveling. Somebody was talking about it though. I was like, wow. All right, my dear. I see a 1, I see a 7, I see an 8, 6, 7, 8. I see a 16. 16, I see a 21. 21's a power card. Let's see what they say. This is my newest deck. So each deck, the more you work with it, you kind of develop like an intimacy with it, so you understand what it's trying to tell you. This is a new one, so it's a little bit different. Ooh, I like these cards though. Hold on a second. Oh, they're all good. All right, the first card, Eileen, is all about creation. You are so awesome in all of your networking and essential oil education, and this is about creating with like art. But your art, I feel, is not just like traditional art. It's also with communities. Like you have awesome ability to create community, nurture community, and do awesome positive stuff with community. So I feel that your creation is not just with color or with building something, but this is about you even extending it out into the relationship realm, because you're awesome at leading a lot of people. I've seen that several times. Add to stream. All right. So, hold on, Eileen. Let me. Yes, you have intuitive gifts, not by singing, but intuitive gifts. Okay, so, all right, Eileen. So, cosmic knowledge. I feel you have coming into this lifetime that you have exceptional wisdom. That you have like a wisdom of the soul. and that the more that you're able to share that, whether that with mentees or with people you love, the happier you will be. But that cosmic knowledge is like, it's almost like our soul is imprinted with the knowledge that we absorbed in past lifetimes. So I feel you have an extra ability to connect to that old knowledge and to create really cool things with it in this lifetime. And so you may just want to get quiet meditation sometime and just ask your guides to show you what you would most enjoy working with in terms of your past knowledge in this lifetime. Because I feel you have a lot to offer in terms of heart service and really great work here, spiritual work here with the people that are around you. You have the great potential in this lifetime to really make a difference in many different lives. And so that your cosmic knowledge, and it's not just about like living knowledge, it's about spiritual knowledge, that etheric wisdom and that ability to really bring a lot of hope and love to people that really need it. I really feel that you have a real gift for that. And so yeah, I would tap in, I would journal on it. Like I would ask my guides more on that, because I feel like the more you're able to access whatever that cosmic knowledge is and to use it, the more joyful you will be in this incarnation. The next is third eye chakra. So this is all about the third eye. I see an image of you placing a clear quartz over your third eye and meditating. I've been doing that a lot lately because I've been picking up a lot of energetic debris, both externally and internally. And so I've been clearing it. But that putting a clear quartz here can be helpful to clear the debris. Because I feel like, I don't know if you're aware of that, but you have intuitive gifts. And it's almost like you're on that brink of really showing up more in your life and in your work and in your community building. But that I feel like something is shutting it down a little bit. And so if when we connect for food or coffee, I'll muscle test you and see if that area is weak. I know you're awesome at essential oils, so I would look up some for your third chakra. And I'm also physically feeling pressure on my solar plexus, so I would look up oils for that region as well. So, but that I feel that you have the gift of sight, intuitive sight, called clairvoyance, and that would be one of your. If you haven't connected to your intuitive gifts yet, that's like your extra enhanced intuitive gift. If that makes sense. So I really like this one. This is look at this. Look at the colors. I don't know. Wait, hold on. It's stuck on my computer. One second. Oop. It's dropping cards. 1 second. All right. Yin Yang Divine Union. How pretty, right? It has all the orbs and the two souls. I really feel that the relationship that you have now has so many wonderful qualities and elements in it, but that it also has like an element within it where you can access other spiritual planes, but maybe through tantra or through other types of meditative, intimate exchange or touch, or consciousness expanding or connecting, that you can actually like experience a greater level of that spiritual intimate union and expression. But that it really there are a lot of wonderful energies in your relationship. So I'm so grateful that you found each other. How cool, how neat to be an example of that. But I really feel that it feels strong and enlightening, and but there's also that potential of even going to like the next spiritual plane with it. If that makes sense. That's awesome. I hope to find that one day. And so I don't know enough about this card, so I'm just going to intuit it. And so if you look at it, it says higher heart chakra. So I'm going to ask in a second a little bit more information. But if you look at the imagery, it's like it's showing like the heart chakra extending out as like the green petals, and then you have the green wings, and then it looks like there's like a higher self involved. And so I'm going to ask a little bit more. It is your power card, so that means it's a little bit extra important. So I feel it relates to forgiveness. So the higher heart chakra, even though I haven't read this, haven't read that page of the book yet, but when I look at that and I ask why did they want this as your power card? Oh, okay, I got it right. I was thinking forgiveness. And so that's the first thing that came up in the, I'll have to take a picture of this and send it to you. by text. So I feel you have this really powerful heart, and you're going to use it in many different wonderful ways here in the next few decades. But that there's something that they're emphasizing forgiveness for the self, forgiveness of a few core people. I feel there's like 3 people that are involved somewhere, and that would greatly benefit from your forgiveness. And what they're emphasizing around that forgiveness place, because I feel like you have one of those hearts that really can, they're saying, reach nirvana in this lifetime, which is interesting. I never heard them use that word relating to the heart, but that means like you have the potential to flow divine energy through your heart so strong and vast and expansive. The crack on my voice, which is double confirmation, that anything, like, it's almost like that's your birthright here. That's what you're meant to do here. But they're wanting to make sure that happens in this lifetime. So they're wanting to clear any of the squabbles that are blocking it, like the squib, whatever, the energetic blocks. And one of them potentially is non-forgiveness. And they're wanting to remind you that you're strong enough to forgive, and that even a small, kind gesture of showing up can be part of the forgiveness. It doesn't have to be grand. I feel there's somebody in your life that could really just could use a pass, meaning that they know they screwed up, they acted inappropriately, and that in this situation that it would be ideal if you could just be the bigger person and show up kind and not even like expect the apology or something. There's something about that's important. That you just showing up with your heart and extending your heart in some way to this person that you know wronged you, that maybe you've been thinking about, or that is important in your life but you haven't quite got there yet. But it's important somehow in their life specifically. You're capable of being that bigger person. That being said, there's, and I also feel like, I know for me, when I don't want to forgive, it's all about not feeling safe for me, or not respected, or whatever. And so I forget, like, all the work I've done has made me a strong entity. And so they're reminding you that when it comes to forgiveness, that you are really strong energetically, and that like you are safe. So in that forgiveness process, you are safe. And they're wanting to remind you of that. Let me look at what it says about this card. I don't know this deck, but let's see. Forgiveness in alignment with divine love. Let's see. Look deep within and without, with great compassion, love, and complete non-judgment, to illuminate the aspects that can now finally be released. Ooh, that's good. That can now finally be released. I know for me, I will hang on to stuff that does not need to be held on to for whatever reason. I'm still learning my lessons in some forgiveness areas. And so I will make sure to take a picture of that reading, that full reading, and send it to you. But the higher heart chakra, I feel that the higher heart chakra, I don't know much about it, but like from a knowledge perspective, but intuitively, I believe like it's the connection between our heart and our higher self and the higher planes of us. And I feel like in this lifetime, you're able to connect more fully to that flow of the energy between those two spiritual aspects of the self. And that the more you're able to do that without the blocks, the more potential you have for embracing true joy more and more in this lifetime. So I will make sure. I hope that is helpful. Eileen, it's so nice to have you here. I'd love to connect with you soon. I also want to come to that St. Pete Bosses gathering. They look really cool. Just Friday morning. I'm always so busy. Oh, you're welcome, Eileen. Welcome. I'm so glad to have you here. Yes, you're welcome very much so. Okay, who else? Who has not gotten a card yet? Who would like a card or a reading? Did I miss anybody? Who else? Anybody else? I see a couple people online. Let's see. Put these away before I lose them, or I scramble them up. Let's see. Hi, Carrie. All right. Which one would you like, Carrie? We got Fairy deck. We got Moonology deck. We have Visions of the Soul. We have Romance deck. We have Archangel Oracle. We have Native Spirit deck. We have Angel Therapy deck. We have Archangel Gabrielle. And what else? I think that's it. Which one would you like? Would you like me to just pick you one? I can do that too. Romance. I felt that before you said that. That was interesting. Okay. I remember this deck always reminds me of just one of my worst relationships I was in, because I would always go to this deck when I was in it because it was so heart. It was so bad for my heart, and I could not leave it. And it was with somebody that was just confused, that didn't want to be gay, and I got dragged into that, and I allowed myself. It was awful, but that's what this reminds me of, this deck. And so, all right, Carrie. Let's see. All right, I see 1. I see 2, 6, 16. All right. Okay. Make sure to put these cards away real quick. 1 second. So welcome, Carrie. How did you find us? Are you a part of the Unity of Gulfport, or are you just online? Where are you located? Nice to have you here. All right, Carrie, let's see. New York City, that's cool. How'd you find me? Was it where did you see the little notice? It's cool that you're New York City. Oh, great. Visit Unity of Gulfport. Oh, that's great. Good for you. Okay. So the first message is that it's safe for your heart to love. Okay, that's the thing, is it's about safety. I feel you've been hurt before. And so they're just reminding you that it's safe for your heart to love. I know for me, my heart is so sensitive, so I never think, oh, that's so neat that you visit the Unities. I want to be a Unity minister one day. And so as a part of my walk. And so that's so cool. You get to see all the Unities. I would love to do that. What a great idea. And basically it's reminding you that your heart's safe to love. All right. And so, but these 2 cards next, this is about you. This is about loving you and like I'm hearing the words, marry your damn self. So this is all about you marrying yourself and really getting intimately acquainted with your own wants, your own needs, your own life, and figuring out, I'm in this process now, figuring out what most makes you happy and all of those things. Like, I just feel like, even though this is about new love of self. It's not a new love, that makes sense. And this is about, the next card is expressing your love for yourself, and so this is about really like buying yourself stuff and self-care and a lot of stuff around you, because I feel like they're wanting you to create a really, okay. Oh, it's awesome. I almost did that doctorate metaphysics. That's awesome. I love metaphysics. And okay, great. So they're just emphasizing that. But that being said, your power card was flirt. And what that means is about, when you touch this card specifically, it's really about you like looking to have fun, right? So if you think about that fun energy, it kind of like fills our heart with joy, and then we're more likely to flirt for real. Does that make sense? Like, we're in that space of like, I don't know, happy, joyful, like that kind of space. We're gonna be more likely to flirt with somebody that's around us. And so they're saying that they're wanting you to get into that space more and more on your own, and then to extend that outward, because that's when you'll attract somebody that is worthy of you. Does that make sense? Like, that is what they're wanting you to find more fun and joy in your life first, and then go out and have some fun, and you'll attract somebody, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I hope so. Hope that's helpful. Thank you for being here today. I think I'm going to pull some cards for myself if I don't see anybody next. Who else would like a card? I used to pull this deck when I was in chiropractic school all the time. It's called the Fairy deck. I don't really have a strong connection with fairies, but I do like this deck. And has, I don't know if this is like a little staff or something. Who is this? Who are you? I can't see. Wait, I'll look on here. Hold on. Who are you? Tell me who you are. The one that just said Archangel, the oldest deck. That's one of my oldest decks. My oldest deck is this. Oh, the Archangel deck. Okay. But who are you? So I know who to address by name. Who is this? Who, can you put your name down? Because I can't see it on my phone. Or, oh, D. Okay, I'll do you first, then I'll do me. All right. All right, D. This deck was with me during my worst point of my life. Somebody brought it to me as a gift. I was in a hospital bed. I had several broken bones. And I never thought it would get better. I never thought my life would get better. And it has so drastically. Okay, I see a 1, I see an 8, I see a 9. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16, 17, 3. All right. Okay, first thing is you are safe. I know you just moved here, but they're just saying you are safe. All is well. Archangel Michael's close to you. You are safe. Know that. Beloved one, it says. And so this is all about like really honoring those sacred parts of ourselves that are just gentle and sensitive. So they just want you to pay extra close attention to your heart and what it needs and be extra gentle and sensitive to yourself. Passion, the card. This is all about you following your passion. I know you're doing some great things with the business and figuring out the next steps for that. But they're emphasizing that the more that you engage in those things, not only the happier that you will be, but the details will come as you do the activities. So I know for me, sometimes I like everything figured out too much, and then I don't do it unless I have it all figured out. And you're just saying no. They're wanting you to almost learn as you're creating, that they'll bring you the information. Clear audience. This is notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. They're wanting you to listen more. I feel you have intuitive gifts. There might be a couple things covering them up. And so, but notice the nuances of things. That's what, as I've aged, I'm realizing more and more the importance of noticing the details and being able to be quiet enough and calm enough to really see the details and see their significance and how they fit together. The last card, which is super important, this is, I tell you this all the time, healthy lifestyle. So it says, eat healthful diet, get adequate sleep, and exercise regularly for optimal health. But I feel that this area vibrationally is decreased right now. You need to do a few things in this area to increase your overall vibration. Because I know in this decade of life, in the decade that we're in, that's when things start showing up subtly, but those subtle showing up are indications of much larger things going on. They're just asking you to pay attention, even beyond the eating healthy piece. And so this is your power card too. So this is another indication that this is really important. All right, dear. I hope that's helpful. In Orlando. I think you're going tomorrow. I'll be going, I think, Saturday morning. I think I'm taking the day off tomorrow and going to the beach. That's what I think I'm doing. Because I went to the beach very shortly today. I only had a little bit of time, and it was a lot. It just felt good. I got to work out, jump in the ocean, and then get back home. All right. So anybody else? Yes, larger picture. You're welcome. Awesome. I'm glad that was helpful, Dee. So I'm gonna pick some for myself. I haven't picked from this deck in years. It feels like, let's say 1, 5, 6, 8. 27. What's my power card? Ooh. My power card is pregnancy. That's not what is not with a real baby though. That's funny. And so this is actually pregnancy with an idea. So I've had some really great business creative ideas that I've been actively working on. There's just a lot of little details to them. And so I tend to be abstract minded. And so I jump from one to the other, and it's a little slow progress, but I am very pleased with what I've been creating lately. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I feel that it's going to come out awesome. A couple of those things. Oh, new home. I think this is an actual home. I think this is a new home for my heart. I'm going through the last phases of a breakup. And so I think this new home, but I don't think it's actually a romantic partner. I feel this is a new vibrational home for my heart, like within myself and within my life. I don't think it's actual partner. Goodbye the old, hello to the new. Yeah, I've been really I've been trying to let go of more stuff and vibrationally bringing in new energies into my life. New career. Yeah, I feel like I'm stepping up into a new kind of niche area of my career, and getting better at it. Affirmations. I've been really doing a lot more affirmations, and I've been listening to a lot more meditative type stuff. So this has been very helpful. All right. Anybody else? I miss anybody? So this is a pregnant with ideas and new energy into my life. So, all right. So I'm going to pull a collective card. If nobody wants another card, and then I am going to dinner with my friend. Let's see. I think it's from the Moonology deck. That has a real masculine feel to it, a masculine spiritual kind of energy field, but it's a good deck. So let's see. And then I'm going to sign off for now. Let's see. This is our collective reading for all of us for the week. I'll be back again 7:30 p.m. If anybody feels guided, this is a Unity of Gulfport donation-based event. You can donate on PayPal, unityofgulfport@gmail.com, or on Venmo, which is @Unity of Gulfport. Okay, I see a 1, I see a 3, I see a 7. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 16. All right. Let's see what it says. First one, a new romantic cycle begins. I am not ready for this. Not right yet. So for those of you that are ready for love, it's like a karmic new phase or like a new phase of the moon. So know that new energy in that area is capable, and be on the lookout for your next cutie if you're ready, not me. You are very close to achieving your goal. So it all, keep working towards the baby steps. For those of you that are creating and doing awesome stuff with your mind, just keep applying the baby steps because you're closer than you think. Also, it's time to release negativity. So I know for me, I've been hurting a little bit in my heart lately. And so it's just a reminder to let it go. Feel and release the energy rather than getting stuck with the energy inside of us. And then the last card is the power card. Adjustments are required. So as we're healing and aligning and evolving, there are always life adjustments that can be supportive and helpful as we're walking through this beautiful experience called life. So, ask yourself, what life adjustments would be helpful and supportive to my growth, my healing, my evolution, my joy, whatever that might be. So, I like this little moon peeking out of the clouds, or that that half moon. But anyway, and to think what those adjustments could be, and what you're willing to do, and maybe apply some of those this week. So, all right, my dears, so nice to have you here with me tonight. Much love, many blessings. I'll be here 7:30 p.m. Next Thursday, and I wish you just a beautiful week and lots of love and healing energy to your heart. And I'll talk to you soon. Blessings. Bye bye.